Alright everyone, welcome to GTA 3, the Let's Play episode number 15, I believe. And in today's episode we're going to be doing some more missions, including some from a person in this game who I don't really like taking missions from. So, I'm going to quickly talk you through what's been happening recently. So I did the import-export stream special, which actually is going to be posted, or at least put in the playlist after this episode, because it's most appropriate to put it there. And that went well, honestly. About 2 hours I think it took me to get the whole list done, although I think a sizable amount of that time was spent trying to fly the dodo. So yeah, there's your explanation there. Also, that video, the stream, will have no music, and the reason why it has no music is because I turned it off for avoiding copyright, because I know what YouTube is like. I've done GTA San Andreas streams before on another channel, I believe, and every single time YouTube would just take the stream down, not even give you a chance to attempt to get rid of all the licensed music. All it would do is just take the stream down. So to avoid that from happening, to prevent it from happening, sorry, I turned the music off. So yeah, if you're wondering, I think I do explain that in the episode as well. Anyway, Smackdown.
You. How fitting you should choose this moment to show your worthless face. It would appear your attempts to dissuade the Jamaicans from becoming bedfellows with the cartel were wholly inadequate. Yardie pushers line Liberty streets selling packets of spank like they were selling hot dogs. Those cartel pigs are laughing at us. At me. I will give you one last chance to prove my sister's faith in you to be well-founded. Run these scumbags into the ground and wash your shame in rivers of our enemy's blood!
Right, so Smackdown is a relatively simple and straightforward mission, at least with the current constraints that I have, although I know that doing this with 6 stars is probably, well, more difficult unless you have a tank. I'm not going to be doing this mission with 6 stars, of course, because for that I'd need a mod. I've already kind of explained this in the episode, in the playthrough, sorry, before, but I'm going to explain it again. So the 6 stars playthroughs that you may see people do of the original GTA 3 and other GTAs, those are achieved using mods, right? So it won't work for a console, and obviously console is what I have. Now maybe in the future, one day maybe I will attempt something with a mod if I get my gaming laptop sorted, because it's still kind of in the works right now. I'm hoping it's going to be in stock by December, because that's when I kind of plan to get things rolling with that. By the way, we only have to kill 8 dealers, and that's only what I'm going to be killing in this this particular mission. Although you will get bonus money, I think it's £1,000 for each dealer over that number that you kill, although there's no real reason. It's not like it's going to prevent you from getting 100% or anything. Just kill 8 dealers and the mission's complete. The only real issue that you may run into is the fact that the dealers will disappear from the streets once they've finished dealing their stuff. Now, I don't think there's any specific time limit. I think it's kind of like a random time when they see their yardies off the streets. So you've got to be quick, and if they all disappear, mission failed, you'll have to do it again. Now, the good thing about the Definitive Edition, I suppose, is that it has checkpoints, which I think I just realised that there is a cancel option on the I think there is a cancel option for checkpoints. I don't know if there's a way to turn them off permanently if you just don't like them, but I will be exploiting cancelling the checkpoints. I'm going to do maybe a quick test at some point to ascertain what happens when I press cancel. I'm 99.9% sure it will just do what the old games did and just leave you there, you know, where you currently are, and then you go back and start the mission again if you want to try again. So I'm 99% sure that's what will happen, but just to be on the safe side, I'll test it, alright? Because I'm going to be exploiting, well, not exploiting it, but cancelling the checkpoints to complete a mission later on known as Man, right? And I spoke a bit about this in the import-export stream. If you're going to watch that, it's going to be posted after this video, like I said. Put in the playlist. It has already been done, so it's a bit out of order for the rest of the playthrough, but it kind of doesn't matter. Because you won't see any story events in there, and I won't be talking about anything. I won't be spoiling anything. Really. There's nothing to really spoil in this game. It's 20 years old. I mean, you've probably already seen parts of this game already in your time on the internet, so what's the point in keeping spoilers? But either way, for the mission Mark Man, I've got 2 strategies in my head, or at least, well, 3 technically, but I'm pretty sure that the 3rd one will not work, but I'm still going to try it anyway. And I'll explain what those strategies are maybe when I go to do Vigilante and Taxi Driver and Firefighter in one video on Staunton. Mission pass 10 grand. Yeah, I'll try and explain those in depth when we get to doing stuff like Vigilante on Staunton, which should be the episode right after the import-export stream special. So if you're looking for that, that's what it'll be. Liberator.
First of all, let me thank you for dealing with that personal matter. People will read something into anything these days. Experience has taught me that a man like you can be very loyal for the right price, but groups of men get greedy. A valued resource, an old Oriental gentleman I know, has been kept hostage by some South Americans in Espatria. They're trying to extort additional funds from me, but I don't believe in renegotiation. A deal is a deal, so they'll not see a penny from me. Go and rescue my friend. Do whatever it takes.
I don't like Donald Love's missions. I really don't. I think they're a load of crap. I don't like them. I hate doing them. And I hate that he's got so many missions in this game and he's required to finish the story. Now, granted, I would have had to do his missions anyway if I wanted to get 100% if they weren't required, but still, I'm just telling you I don't like doing his missions, and Liberator is no exception. Liberator is only really annoying due to the fact that you need a cartel gang car, and to get one of those you need to go to Fort Staunton, like the game instructed you. And 2 of Donald Love's missions require you to get a Colombian gang car. It's not difficult to get one, but still, it's just a step that I think is not really ideal. I know that Kenji's mission Deal Steal requires you to get a Yardy car, but I mean, that's just one time in his string of missions, right? Donald Love requires you to get a cartel car twice, and believe you me, the second time he does it, that was the point that was the mission I was dreading. And I think if you know about this game, you'll know what mission is coming pretty soon. I think it's the one after this, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. Either way, we have to go rescue the old Oriental gentleman. He is literally just called that. He doesn't have a name. That is his name, officially, according to the wiki as well. Yeah, I don't know what his name might be, I don't know, I'm gonna say Steve, because I can't be asked. Right, let's go rescue this guy and try not to die from these Colombians, who all have AKs, which is not ideal. So, I know in a previous episode I wanted to talk about local radio, and I think I'm gonna do that very quickly. Whilst I was mentioning Chatterbox, you know, talk radio shows and GTA games, it suddenly got me thinking of a real life talk show, which isn't, okay, it's not the same obviously, I mean, Chatterbox is made for entertainment, it's not a real thing, but I do like checking out the Burnsy show on BBC Radio Humberside. Humberside is not my local region, by the way. It is and it isn't, it's next door to Yorkshire, but still. In fact, the coverage is mostly East Yorkshire and the Humber, so Hull basically, near the Humber, the River Humber, and or the Humber River, whatever, whichever way you want to put it around. And the Bernsey show isn't. I like the show. I think it's got some very good topics on it every single time. I mean, it's mostly about current events, so any event in the news, like the recent energy crisis in the UK, that was talked about, like people panic buying fuel for some reason, I don't know why. Oh no, we're gonna run out of fuel. Oh no, we're not. We're not. We have a shortage of truck drivers. Yes, we do, but for things that are absolutely essential, plans are in place, okay? Okay? I mean, I was surprised, to be honest, at how long it took for the military to get involved. I think they should have been involved from day bloody one. But still, you know, it's great that we've kind of solved it now. I mean, I don't hear any more reports of people panic buying fuel because they thought, oh, we're going to run out when no more is going to be delivered. Which is complete bollocks. You know, it's just not the case at all, but for some reason, I mean, it was like when the pandemic first started, when lockdown became a thing, people were panic buying toilet rolls, as if they're gonna go out of stock. Why? You think people would buy food, you know, the thing that you need to survive, but no, toilet rolls. Apparently toilet rolls are going to be in very short supply. You know, you spend 21 years of your life on this earth, I mean, at least I have, and then you still don't know what the hell is going through other people's minds. You really don't. I don't even think a psychologist would be able to tell you why people were panic buying toilet rolls. Is it because somebody on social media said, oh, there's no toilet rolls in stock at Asda, help? I bet that's why, because misinformation just spreads like wildfire. Gotta tell you. Let's do a mission for Ray. I think it's gone fishing. Yeah.
I think my partner's a rat. We gotta shut him out permanently. He goes fishing out of his boat near the lighthouse on Portland Rock most nights. Steal a police boat. Make sure his backstabbing plans are sunk. I want him sleeping with the fishes, not eating them.
Gone fishing isn't really a problem that well. Alright, are you alright, sir? No. Well, I save you the trouble of going to a doctor for your problem, because you seem to be getting too closely acquainted with the wall. Anyway, now that my random killing spree is over, let's talk about misinformation on social media. That's what I think is to blame, but also, I mean, a few people have made valid points by saying it's the media, like newspapers, that are spreading these rumours about things being low in stock. Like, as soon as they print headlines, in order to attract attention, they'll print something like panic buying in Tesco, or loo rolls out of stock, or something ridiculous, or petrol pump buying frenzy, something like that. Okay, I'm not an article title writer, okay, because I don't like that practice. I don't like the practice of clickbait, but it's in newspaper form, right? I don't like that. And when you're me, it's very easy to avoid clickbait, to be honest, because you know that every single headline of every article that's ever been published is just there to grab your attention. The truth behind the matter is, the story might not even be half as interesting, you know? So when you're me, it's very easy to avoid misinformation, but when you're other people, like the general public, you just don't know. You don't know who's telling the truth. There's a million different sources of a million different pieces of information, and you're just screwed trying to work out who's telling the truth and who isn't. Markman doesn't really present much. Not Markman. Gone fishing doesn't present much problems. It's just a driving here via a boat. It's a bit boring, to be honest. I'm gonna have to drive all the way back, but I am gonna cut it out when we are gonna acquire the unique boat that Ray's partner here drives. It's called the Ghost. I had to get in it to check though, because I was interested in seeing whether it was still called the Ghost in this version or not. And turns out that it is. It's a unique blue colour, just without the guns, you know, from the police boat. Speeding it up, because it took him a while to go and beach the thing. In fact, I was even wondering if he was going to beach the thing at all, but yeah, he does, eventually. Just got to be patient. I think the colour is referred to internally as police car blue or something like that, even though no police cars in this game are blue, but that's because in the beta they were originally blue and white, like the NYPD colour scheme, because you know Liberty City is mostly based on New York, but because of September the 11th they decided to remove that influence, right, just to make sure that, because it was a very raw thing, you know, this game came out in 2001 in October, November, I think it's November, so yeah, it was still very much fresh in people's minds, so in order to avoid any potential problems they removed that. Mission passed, who cares, we'll just take the Ghost. So yeah, I like the Burnsy show. I tune into it whenever I can, although I have been very busy with this game, so I've got a bit of catching up to do. And local radio, if you're wondering, in the UK is like every region, or most regions in the UK have their own local radio station. Like Leeds has one, Humberside has one, I think Sussex probably has one. You know, lots of different counties all have their own local radio station. And I don't know why there are so many, because sometimes it seems like there's too many, but you know, it's nice to hear local events in your region, except Humberside isn't really my region. But I don't like listening to BBC Radio Leeds because I can't find a programme on there that's like the Burnsy show. So, you know, Wakagashira Wipeout, the one I'm dreading.
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war, apart from an outbreak of plague, but that might be going too far in this case. I've noticed the Yakuza and the Colombians are far from friends. Let's capitalize on this business opportunity. I want you to kill the Yakuza Wakagashira, Kenji Kassen. Kenji is attending a meeting at the top of the multi-story car park in Newport. Get a cartel gang car and eliminate him. The Yakuza must blame the cartel for this declaration of war.
Okay, as much as I was dreading this mission, this went fine. For some reason. I'm guessing it's because they decided to make it a lot easier, so once again we have to get a Colombian gang car. The issue with this mission before was that you had to go kill Kenji, and you couldn't get out of the Colombian car, otherwise you'd be identified. At least when in view of the guys on the rooftop. So if you were on the top floor of the car park and you got out of the car, then mission failed. But before that, at least on the PS2 renditions or PS4 re-releases of GTA 3, the Yakuza that were guarding Kenji were not just equipped with AKs, but also equipped with M16s. And M16s in this game were lethal, and they used to kill me quite a lot when I attempted to do this mission. And now you know why Kenji's missions are optional, because you do kill him off eventually, you see? And I don't really want to kill Kenji. I mean, the ramifications of this aren't really that important, because the Colombians and the Yakuza already hate each other. I don't know, it's Donald Love's crazy scheme, okay? I don't enjoy doing this one. I was genuinely terrified because I thought it was just going to be as hard as it used to be. Turns out that they gave the Yakuza members Uzis, it looks like. Or something. I don't know, I was just running for my life, I was too scared to really check, right? There's Kenji. There's the guys guarding him. What you have to do is go around, hit him, and then ramp off that ramp over there. And just get out your Newport, dump the car, and it's over. Thankfully. Somebody had a shotgun, I think, I don't know. To be honest, the gunshot sounds in this game are a bit vague sometimes. I can't really tell which weapon is supposed to be which still, even though I think they're using roughly the same roughly the same sounds as they did originally. But you know, let's do another Donald Love mission because he has a lot, okay, and we have to do them. But good thing is that this mission unlocks Shoreside Vale, so that's nice. Finally, we're on to the third island of the game, which means we're near to the last stages of the game now, pretty much. The majority of stuff will be now kind of focused, at least, mostly focused on Shoreside Vale. A drop in the ocean.
In these days of moral hypocrisy, certain valuable commodities can be hard to import. On its approach to the airport tonight, a light aircraft will pass over the bay. It will drop several packages into the water. Make sure you pick them up before anyone else does.
A drop in the ocean isn't a difficult mission, really. It's just the ending that usually gets you. Now, I did notice that they changed another thing as well, which I didn't expect. So, I intervened, sort of, accidentally. What I ended up doing was when you collect the packages, it gives you a star for every single one, and there are 6 packages, so you'll get 6 stars. However, because you haven't unlocked Shoreside Vale yet, you do after this mission, but because you haven't unlocked it, the army don't come at 6 stars. Instead, the FBI will attend the scene. The FBI are insane, by the way, very, very dangerous. But I should say, this time it only gave you 4 stars, and in order to simulate, well, I didn't intend to do this, I just took out the helicopter and it gave me another star. Let's go get the speeder. But I took out the helicopter and then it gave me 5 stars, so that simulates what happens when in the original game when the FBI chase you. I'm not sure if this is intentional or if it's broken, you know, the fact that it only gives you 4 stars, and I don't like the way that Claude is standing there because he should be sitting down. He's not even holding the wheel. Just another thing that they missed. Brilliant. So yeah, the FBI do end up coming after me because I destroyed a police helicopter. And that therefore shows you what the FBI are like in this game. I did also take an FBI car and I made use of it when we were doing Vigilante, though it didn't last forever. As much as it's a fast thing, it's yeah, it can flip over, and I think it flipped over when I was doing Vigilante, but you'll be able to see that later. Nothing much to this mission though, other than collect the packages and get back to Donald Love. That's it. The FBI are insane though when they're driving. Really. I got tossed around quite a bit. But you know, the footage will speak for itself. I don't need to tell you that. So, aside from that, aside from the fact that I don't enjoy doing Donald Love missions, I'm going to talk about something that I've been watching a bit recently. It's another Crazy for Games playthrough. I'm sort of checking out 2 at once at the moment. I'm going to check out the Toughened mod for GTA 3 and also the Frosted Winter mod, which is by... oh, I can't even remember the name, but it's somebody who made the mod 10 years ago. It's a total conversion of the game. It's the same game, it's using the same map, it's just got different textures like for the snow, because it takes place in winter of 2002, and you play as Joey Leone instead of Claude. It's got its own story. Again, it's over 10 years old, but I'm less inclined to spoil it, mostly because I don't know what actually happens at the end. I haven't got there yet, but I'll watch it. It's an interesting mod. It could have been done quite a bit better, but for what it is, it's interesting, you know. It does bring up the possibility of whether Rockstar should do, like, story packs for older games. Oh god. Here come the FBI. Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong, like Connor and Jay say. But yeah. Bugger off. Go away. I don't like you. So the Frost and Winter mod. To be honest, it's one of those things that I would play, to be honest. It doesn't seem too difficult. It's just, there's a lot of driving segments in the game. And, yeah. I say the game because it's pretty much a different game, you know, with the mod enabled. Just saying. Yeah, could have been done a lot better. I am sort of, I know why it's not too well done. It's because of, well, there's a lot of grammar issues and spelling mistakes and things like that, because the mod creator is Lithuanian, so English is not his first language, and that's fair enough. But, you know, I would like to think that you could get a proofreader for a mod or something, you know, like, I don't know, being able to proofread everything. It sounds like a very useful thing to do. I would do that for something. I would proofread as best I could, you know, because there are still apparently different ways of structuring sentences that are perfectly legit that I don't know about, because I haven't been to university for English, alright? If I had been, it's likely that I'd know every sentence structure ever under the sun, but I just know the ones that people use in everyday life, and for me that's just enough. Go away, FBI. I'm going to take this car though, back to my garage, and it will be lost during Vigilante when you see that, but I don't care. I do need to get another one of these though, in the future. Take this. Go away. Leave me alone. These guys have AKs as well, in case you're wondering what kind of armament they have, and pistols, sorry. But the AKs are what you really need to look out for. That and their crazy driving skills, just ramming into you just constantly. Yeah, I'm going to need another one of these when we do the emergency vehicle crane import-export thing. But that should be done at some point, probably after I've finished with the last mission of the game, the exchange, because that's when you get access to the tank legitimately, at least according to everything I've read. Yeah, should be after the exchange. That is it for this episode as well. I'm just going to respray it, because it is the only emergency vehicle in this game that you can respray. And then that'll be it for this video, pretty much. We've covered everything we wanted to cover, and next time around will be the import-export streaming special, but after that we'll be doing Taxi Driver Vigilante Firefighter on Staten Island, and then, excuse me, my arm is hurting again, like it did in the stream. You can hear the moment where I'm in immense pain, because I'm leaning to do this, because I thought it was more comfortable, but then it turns out not. So yeah, thanks very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please do subscribe, like, whatever you want to do, and watch the next episode, the stream special, whenever you want to. So thanks again for coming along. Please do stay safe, and I'll try and get through this game as quick as I possibly can with this playthrough. See you all around.